Foundation Repair, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, High Electric, Southeast Community College, Members-Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic, Doane University, A1 Automotive, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Platte Valley Equipment, and Supreme Spa and Pool. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainer.
Day 2 of the Boys High School State Tournament rolls on right here, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainer coming at you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. I'll be joined alongside Jay Foreman here in just a moment as Jay had to go back, get some snacks, had to get fueled up, ready to roll today. As, what do you know, got here and he's already stepping on my court. What do you know? The old man, he just always continues, always finds a way to get tangled up in here. Hold on, Jay. Let me make sure you're turned up here. Okay. Let's see if you
can claim to the space.
Okay.
Just like getting on the airplane.
Yep.
Wide leg. No, it was on accident, man. So it's hard to it's going to be hard to replicate last night's call. It was pure pandemonium, but I think
it's going to be good.
I think this is going to be a good game.
I think it's going to be pure pandemonium. Turn up your mic just a little bit there. I didn't get it turned up loud enough there for you. The green part on the bottom. There it is, right there, Jay.
Right.
Teaching an old dog new tricks. There he is.
Well, I didn't know what green was because you kept turning me down last night.
Well, because it kept showing up red. Jay's a little too hot.
I was fully turned up last night.
Anyway, there's going to be pure pandemonium at Omaha Skutt Catholic if they fall to the 8 seed, the Bennington Badgers tonight. Skutt, the 1 seed, coming in with a 22-3 record. Bennington with their 17-8 mark here in the 2022-2023 season. Got to watch for Omaha Skutt. Number 3, their leading scorer, averaging over 14 points per game, a 6'2" senior guard, Justin Ferry.
Yeah, well, Omaha Skutt, look, it's nothing flashy. Just pure teamwork and good fundamental basketball. They've been playing together for a while. So then now you're seeing the fruits of their labor, obviously through club basketball and obviously through middle school and the first part of high school. The same group in their the same 2 groups grade-wise have been together. Then when you look at Bennington, an up-and-coming program, obviously they jumped on the map football-wise, but as you see by some of the size of these players, they're playing basketball as well. So they're new to this, this arena and this scene. But here's what is a tricky kind of fact here is a lot of the Bennington kids has either played with or against these Skutt kids. So even though the records obviously would obviously weigh to Skutt, winning pretty easily, this is going to be a tough matchup because these players know each other and they're not going to be afraid. So it's going to be a competitive game. Obviously, with the size of some of these guys out here, it's going to be an extremely physical game. I think for Bennington, they're going to have to do a good job of keeping the turnovers low, especially in the first quarter, especially in the first 4 minutes, but then also get some easy buckets because they're new, obviously, to being here. Skutt's obviously been in bigger games, bigger arenas, a bigger, program, more steady program. Whereas Bennington, they got to get some easy buckets so then they can start feeling confident about themselves.
Skutt Catholic was the runner-up in Class B last season, so they will try to get back to the state championship game and maybe come out on top. And it all starts today against the Bennington Badgers, led by head coach Luke Olson, making their 10th appearance in the state tournament here today. We've had a good couple of games so far this morning, both in D2 action. Why not beat Paxton? And then in the second game, Sumner, Eddyville, and Miller won their game against the Osceola Bulldogs as well. So maybe we'll have another upset coming here in a little bit. We are about 90 seconds away or so from introducing the starting lineups. So we'll go ahead and take a breather. When we come back, we'll have tip-off between the Skyhawks and the Badgers coming your way on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you from, I almost called you strict, Jay.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I'll take it as a compliment.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you, Pinnacle Bank Arena, as we get ready for Class B quarterfinal action between the number 1 seed, the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks, and the number 8 seed, the Bennington Badgers. Let's first start with the starting 5 for the visitors in this one. The Bennington Badgers coming in with a 17-8 record, led by head coach Luke Olson in their 10th state tournament in school history. They have now made it in back-to-back seasons. And here is how they're going to start out the game, with the starting 5. Number 2, a 6'2" senior guard, averaging 16.1 points per game. Their leading scorer, number 2, Trey Bird. Number 4, a 5'8" senior guard, averaging 3 points per contest, Nicholas Colvert. Number 5, Isaac Connor, a 6'3" guard, averaging 5.5 points per game, Isaac Connor. Number 11, Gunnar Lim, the second in points on this team, a 6' junior, averaging 12.5 points per contest. And then rounding out the starting 5, the big fella in the post, a 6'6" senior forward, averaging double figures, number 45, Dylan Cassart. For the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks, they're going to send, led by head coach, Kyle Juergens, the runner-up in Class B last season. Number 2, Wyatt Archer. Number 3, the leading scorer, a 6'2" senior, averaging 14 points per game, Justin Farron. Number 34, Jacob Brack, a 6'9" senior forward, averaging 17 points per game. Number 44, Brock Scholl. And number 50, Jack Healy.
Yeah, it's obviously the height advantage is definitely in the Omaha Skutt's, wheelhouse. But, I think when you look at Bennington, what they're going to do is try to be kind of almost like Gretna was against Southeast, right?
Yeah.
Send everybody to the defensive boards and try to get timely offensive rebounds and try to get these big guys out on the perimeter, because when you think about only having one big guy, you got to make these big guys do something that they don't want to do. So look for them to try to get them in early foul trouble to make Skutt get down on that bench and then maybe even the game out there, or look for Bennington to probably or maybe get into some 3/4 court, 4/4, full court press to kind of tire them out, but then eliminate the size advantage, make them play a lot faster than they usually. But they're going to have to, figure out what they're going to do with Jacob Brack, because when you averaging 17 points and 8 boards, you're pretty active on the offense and defensive end. And so they have a good inside-outside game with Omaha Skutt with also, consistent scoring. Obviously, Bennington has 3 pretty well-known players, which they have inside-outside scoring, right, where they have a big guy at center, a forward, and then a guard. So it's going to be a matchup of wills. I know that the Bennington sees these tall guys coming out there, but they got to learn real quickly here how to score effectively against them.
So it's the 1 seed Skyhawks against the 8 seed Badgers here as we are getting ready to tip things off. Big fella, number 34, 6'9", Jacob Brack loses the tip to the Bennington Badgers, and we are underway here at PBA. Trey Bird,
right
early
off the
3-point shot, no good off to the left, and it's corralled by the Skyhawks. And now here's Justin Farron with it, going left to right. Skyhawks in their white uniforms while the Bennington Badgers in their road blues. In the lane, kicks it out. This is Wyatt Archer, hands it off to Farron on the left side. Now to Scholl. Scholl will bring it around the perimeter to Brack. Brack drives, draws the defender, kicks it out to Wyatt Archer, who stops the elbow. Spin move in the lane. Wyatt Archer kicks it back out. Brack 3-ball on the way. Misses everything way off to the left.
Right there, Bennington. If I'm the Bennington coach, I'm getting confidence, right?
Yeah.
Archer isn't looking to shoot at all. He passed up 3 open shots. Then Brack kind of forced up a shot at the end of the shot clock. Now look, it's been 2 or 3 guys touching the ball. Now we can focus our defense.
It's now far side here are the Badgers. Top of the key, Trey Bird with it. He'll drive right side on Brack. Brack with a significant height advantage, and Bird said, no, I'm not going to mess with that one. So now inside pass
big man
to
had him.
Cassard. It's saved in bounds for a moment, but now goes out of bounds to the Skyhawks.
Just off the hands of Cassard. But a good look, you drive, kick it out, rotate it real quick. Big man double post him that he sealed them off just off the tip of his hands. Look for Bennington to come back to that because they got the switch that they wanted. So now they actually had the size advantage for once.
So here is Skutt Catholic. Wyatt Archer on the right side gets a screen left. Now to Brack at the top of the key, left side Farron. Farron trying to shrug off his defender. Now pulls up 3-ball. Good for Justin Farron.
Well, look, that was all-out Steph Curry. Quick shot.
Quick release.
Yeah, quick release off a pick and roll. He rejected the first pick and roll, and then he had a little bit of space, and he pulled it pretty quick.
Now top of the key, here's Gunnar Lim. Now right side, top of the key, Trey Bird working on Brack. Bird passes outside to Gunnar Lim, the leading scorer for this Bennington team who has 3 players that average in double figures, and he airballs his mid-range pull-up from the free throw line. 3-0 still Skyhawks with Skutt getting the basketball right back.
One thing that's going to be huge for Bennington is spacing the court. Look, sometimes when you're going against 2 6'9" guys and 6'6", it looks like they're in zone. So you got to get them up above their normal defensive spots to create some lanes. And you saw the effect of that height of when you have a pretty good scorer for Bennington shot an air ball.
So now here's Scholl, left side, Justin Farron with it. Cross court, Wyatt Archer. Archer working on the defender, Nicholas Colbert. Top of the key, Farron. Right side, Brack with it, rather. Farron tries another 3-ball on the way. Good. And Justin Farron has 6 quick ones.
Those are 2 confident shots, right? Yeah. The first time he hit a 3, he rejected the pick and roll. This time he took it. They went under the screen, gave him too much space. Yeah. Hand down, man down, mama, there goes that man.
Left side, here's Bennington into the near corner, trying to still get it into Cassar, unable to. Right wing, now far corner. Here's Colbert in the lane, kicks it back out. Left side, Gunnar Lim gets cut off by the defender. Now double teamed. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Scholl of the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. Stays with Bennington.
Nick, one thing that Bennington isn't doing on the offensive side of the court is they're not when the away players away from the ball aren't making Skutt Catholic move at all. So they're just able to kind of play man and almost look like zone. So there's no driving lanes.
In the lane, shot rejected by Skutt, and back the other way we go with Brack. Brack running the floor. Brack in traffic, gets his pocket picked by Gunnar Lim, and now he's running back the other way. 2-on-1, and he'll slow things down. Now throw up a floater. Good.
See, for Bennington, that's huge, right? That's what you practice on. 2-on-1, 3-on-2, fast break in practice from the very beginning. To get that easy bucket, like we said right there before the game was tipped off, is huge for a team like a little nerves. you see two teams, right? One that's been the number one seed, the confidence and the experience. The team that's the eighth seed, right? And then when you see it, it looked like the giants everywhere between Jack Healy. You're thinking about Brock Scholl, Jacob Brack. Those guys look like a college lineup as far as how tall they are.
So now Brack in the paint, working off his defender, gets the turnaround to go. That's just a big boy move there by James Brack over the smaller defender, Isaac Connor. Bird now for Bennington, pulls it back out to the perimeter. Right side Colvert, now right side Gunnar Lim pulls up, free throw line jumper on the way, rattles around and out, and it will be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Skutt Catholic.
Good shot.
That one might have been knocked out of bounds by Cassart of Bennington last, but
no replay in high school.
No replay in high school. So
no shot clock, no replay in Class B.
So Bennington gets the basketball right back. 4:27 to go first quarter.
I like the shot selection. Good
Now
hands
Cassart
there by Cassart.
in the lane.
Oh, big man with soft hands. Big man with soft hands. I love it, baby. Big man with soft hands. Kept it high and put it off the backboard.
4:15 to go. First quarter. Brack with it on the right wing. Passes now top of the key. Farron. Farron drives, spins, kicks back out. Jacob Brack, in the lane, and he's fouled. Jake Brack. So just Jake Brack.
Jake Brack.
Just no Jacob. No Jacob.
Okay. Oh.
You know, it'd be nice if they put their preferred names on the roster.
That's like Kanye, Yee, Diddy,
whatever
P.
name,
Diddy,
whatever.
right? Strick, Stricky.
Chance the Rapper, Chance.
Yep. Strick, Stricky, E-Strick, Strick Knowledge, Strick 9, everything. Everybody has these alter egos. What's yours, Nick? Nick?
I don't know. Russell Wilson says everybody has to have an alter ego. Yeah. And he's Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah, unlimited turnovers.
Top of the key. Shout out to Chris Rapp. Right wing now, top of the key. Here's Omaha Skutt with it. Passes left side. In the lane, kicks it out, 3-ball on the way, just a little too strong on the attempt there by Gabe Estrand, and so Bennington comes back the other way now.
Look, now if you're Bennington, you start to see how this game is going to go. Now look, when you're looking at Skutt offensively, they know Farron, knockdown shooter. Everybody else is struggling. So I'm going to pack the lane, keep my eye on Farron, and then make sure Jake, right? Yeah, Jake Brack doesn't destroy us inside. So we have to, when you pack the lane, we'll eliminate him driving over you and shooting and getting easy shots. So
the moving screen called on Isaac Connor of Bennington, their turnover.
That's been huge even last week, in the girls tournament is, everybody's going to be mad at the picker. Yeah. But actually it's the guard's job to make sure that the picker is right because you got to be a little bit patient before you use it.
Yeah, 3:19 to go first quarter, 8-4 Skyhawks over the Badgers. Jake Brack has it on the top of the key, now left side. This is Kyle Cannon with it. Now right side, Ed Strand,
Jake
top
Brack
of the key, 3-ball on the way.
Lane.
Really short on the attempt there by Mitchell Scholl. And back the other way we go with the Badgers of Bennington.
Bennington trying to control the pace a little bit here. Make Skutt play a little defense. Got it within 4. Oh, pull the 3. Hello.
3-ball up, no good off back iron. Offensive board
long
collected
shot,
by the
rebound.
Badgers. Now
Dial
another 3-pointer on the way, rattles around and out. And the attempt there by number 1, Austin Kaiser. And the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks clear the glass for their offense. It's Farron in the lane off the glass. No good, no shot, but a foul whistled on the floor as Justin Farron showed his athleticism and acceleration there en route to the goal.
Yeah, the good thing he did right there, he changed his the height of his leverage. So he came down. He was pretty tall. When he decided to drive to the hoop, he got low, and so that's how he's able to draw the sneaky foul right there. Now what he's doing is setting it up for that 3-point shot, what he's been busting out all game long.
As a bunny at the rim missed on the initial opportunity, but now Scholl is going to get fouled.
Fouled.
Go to the
but
line
that
to
looked
shoot
like
one.
a pretty good block by my man Bird. Yeah. Not Larry Bird.
Trey Bird.
Larry Bird the
No
third.
relation as we know of.
No, definitely not. Doesn't have the blonde hair. Doesn't have the nose. But it's still a pretty good block defense there. Look, I'm going to tell you one thing about Bennington. They're not scared of the height. When you look at them with how they're attacking the offensive rebounding down here, and obviously the defensive rebound, they do a good job of boxing out, and then they attack the ball. Now, look, they unfortunately got a call right there, but look, they aren't playing scared. Against this big, huge Skutt. You got to think when Scholl comes off the bench, he's 6'6".
Yeah,
I mean, he's the land of the Jolly Green Giants.
So second free throw is good. As now Jack Healy will check back in.
Yeah.
So now both Scholl brothers on the bench. I mean, you have Brock Scholl, who's a 6'8" sophomore, who's the starter. Then you have Mitchell Scholl, who is a 6'6" senior, coming off the bench as well for Kyle Jurgens and his squad.
It's the little big brother. That's what it would look like. But Bennington is in this game 9-4, making them play a little deeper, trying to get a shot that they feel confident in. They're trying to run a little bit of a dribble handoff, 3-man weave to get Skutt switched into a mismatch. But guess what? When you run that, you can't dribble off your foot.
Yeah, dribbled off the foot out of bounds into the Skutt bench. Turnover going back to the Skyhawks.
Unforced errors, what we talked about, is huge for Bennington. Keep the game close, manage the game, and try to win it at the end.
2:17 to play, first quarter, 9-4 Skyhawks over the Badgers. Skyhawks trying to get back to the state final for the second year in a row and maybe even win it this year if they can avenge last season's loss. Now pass on the right side to Farron, and we have a foul away from the ball. Down low on the Skyhawks. I believe they're going to get number 20, Gabe Edstrand, with that one.
You know, I want to say this. The referees in this game right here early in the game have done a really good job of letting them play, but then controlling the game, not letting it get too physical. But everything's even Steven. You know, they're calling it moving screen, illegal screen, a little bit of grabbing. They're going to make sure they nip it in the bud real early so the game can be played a certain way all 4 quarters.
1:56 to play, first quarter, 9-4. Skyhawks over the Badgers. Now near side. This is Austin Kaiser out top. Gunnar Lim.
See, I would like Bennington to try to work it in there to big fella in there because he's got some soft hands. He actually can get off the ground pretty good. But I think, you know, even though he's not 6'9", I think being 6'6" and about 240 pounds, that eliminates the height disadvantage that he has, and he running the court pretty good for a big man.
Bennington's leading scorer, Gunnar Lim, misses the 3 badly on that one. So now back the other way we go with Skutt Catholic on the right side. Cross-court pass to Edstrand to Healy. Now back out top, Edstrand, right side. This is Kyle Cannon with it on the right wing. Kyle Cannon spinning around with that left pivot foot, now uses his dribble. And now gets his pocket picked, hand in the cookie jar, and now here we go. Gunnar Lim, that's a 2-on-1. Good find by Lim, layup, no good.
Is it no longer when you literally shake the whole backboard? It's not a.
It should be, but we saw the bad goaltend that they missed last night, and we have a traveling call on Justin Farron.
We're gonna have to ask Mike Sauter about that.
Yeah,
because I mean, or am I just outdating myself? When you slap the backboard so hard and the rim shakes, isn't that goaltending?
We'll find out at the end of this break, at the end of this quarter.
Oh, obviously it's not because they haven't called it about 5 times.
Oh, just because they haven't called it doesn't mean it's not a rule. We saw that last night.
Yeah, hey, that's a teaching moment. Slap the backboard.
There's a very clear goaltend last night on Southeast that they did not whistle. Luckily for Gretna, it didn't hurt them.
The outcome.
Yeah, because Gretna won 60-53 in that Class A quarterfinal yesterday evening. So now here we are with Kaiser near the logo, and now Gunnar Lim with it, 31 on the game clock. No shot clock once again in Class B action. So now they'll just throw it to Colvert. And I think Bennington, I think it's safe to say, is content with taking the last shot in this one.
Yeah, good. Hey, look, they're exercising patience on offense, making Skutt Catholic play some defense. No shot clock. So now you can, use it to your advantage when you want to keep it close and then get this last second. They got to start putting it up here.
Trey Bird in the lane, takes the contact off the glass. It rolls off. 4 seconds on the game clock. Defensive rebound up to Florida. Scholl in the lane with 1 on the clock. Floater, no good, off back iron. And at the end of the first quarter, your score, Omaha Skutt Catholic 9, the 8 seed, the Bennington Badgers 4. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this in 60 seconds. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC. Your path to personal and professional development.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
of quarter number 2 here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Your score, Omaha Skutt 9, the Bennington Badgers 4. Put 8 minutes up on that game clock, and now here we are underway for the second period from PBA in the Class B quarterfinal game. Left side here's Scholl. Now top the key, Healy.
Scholl was establishing his presence against Bird.
Now down low, back out Farron, or excuse me, that's Wyatt Archer now. And that's going to be a moving screen. That's a really good call on Wyatt Archer.
Yeah, it is. And it actually, again, we said it last week. Obviously, we're back here, we got 2 in this game. It's up to either the player receiving the ball or the person with the ball to make the screener right, because he's set, and if you have too much space, it's an easy call for the ref.
So 9-4 Skutt. Bennington being able to keep it close, for the most part here. Inside, Cassart in the lane. Yeah. He is fouled by Jack Healy.
Right. Like I said, look, he has soft hands. You thought I was joking.
Wyatt Archer, excuse me.
You thought I was joking. He's a big man with soft hands. He has good fundamentals, has really good feet. So what you can do, Nick, when you're going against a very, very tall team in general, you have a guy with some size, get into their chest, get some easy foul trouble. Plus,
he can shoot.
Plus, being that big, leaning on those guys that are a little bit leaner wears them down. Look, big man here can get up and down the court, work the inside-outside game. Then you'll get Trey Bird going, you'll get Lim going. But if you don't at least have the threat of the inside presence, it really plays in the Skutt's hands on the defensive side.
So now Justin Farron with it on the right side to Jake Brack on the right wing. Left side, Wyatt Archer dribbles to the top of the key. Now Farron running around to the defenders. 3-ball. Farron, no good. That's his first missed shot. And we have a foul called on number 44 for Omaha Skutt Catholic, Brock Scholl. That's going to be the first personal foul on Brock Scholl.
Yeah, it was a good aggressive play. But again, what Bennington is doing is establishing their presence underneath the hoop. So the height of Omaha Skutt can't be established. And so they're being pressured. They're switching everything up top. And the reason why, Skutt only has one shooter.
Now Cassart, top of the key. 3-ball. Trey Bird on the way. Bounces off the rim. No good. And Justin Farron going the other way now. Farron up the floor. Healy in transition.
That was
great find by Farron and a better play by keeping your composure and finishing by Jack Healy.
Jack Healy, look, got it off the board. Went rim to rim as every big man should. A really good job there of Farron of finding him. Rewarding your big man for running the court hard. Skutt opens up with a 6-point lead.
So here's Bennington. Mid-range jumper, no good. And defensive rebound corralled by Wyatt Archer. I've been told also that it is J.J. Farron. I mean, come on.
For Class B schools, everybody.
Everybody's got nicknames.
Everybody's got nicknames.
How are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to know?
They're more high maintenance than the high maintenance teams we saw last night.
and so we have a foul down low on the Bennington Badgers. I'm gonna have to ask the NSAA to switch me spots tomorrow when I'm for broadcasting the semifinal Friday. I didn't know my mom was sitting next to me.
Right.
Tell me what to do.
One thing that you're seeing here from Omaha Skutt, what I'd like to see them do a little bit more if they're trying to extend this lead is, even though they have the height advantage, you would think that all they're going to do is just throw it inside and do that. But with a little bit leaner guys, when you look at their 3 big guys here, they're a little bit leaner. They all can run athletic and can jump. If you really want to kind of open this game up, do what they did last possession. Get it off the backboard, sprint rim to rim, establishing your ending spots, and get some easy shots. Then you can attack the rim with that height instead of trying to play a slow half-court game, because that actually plays into Bennington's favor because they're able to find out where you're at and eliminate any type of height advantage.
Both free throws are good there by Healy, so it's now 13-5 Skyhawks over the Bennington Badgers. 5:52 to go in the first half as Gunnar Lim kicks it out. Culver now back out. 3-ball on the way. No good. Rims off, and defensive rebound corralled by Healy once again. So here comes J.J. Farron on the right wing. Now on the near side, Wyatt Archer with it. Top of the key. Brack in the lane. Brack off the glass and finishes. And we have a Bennington Badger timeout with 5:29 to go in the second. And Skutt has got their lead up to double digits, 15-5. We'll be right back in 60 seconds. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you. 5:29 to play, second quarter. 15-5 is the score in favor of the Skyhawks. So here comes Bennington back the other way out of their timeout. Number 10, Bryce Dunning running the length of the floor. Now top of the key, Gunnar Lim.
Gotta give it
right
inside.
side
Big
back
man
to
is
Dunning.
well
Dunning
established.
Thought about popping the three, decided not to. Now dribbles the top of the key. Back right side, dribble drive, back out top. Dunning, left
There he
side,
is.
Gunnar Lim.
Oh, you missed him.
Now Lim, three ball on the way.
Travel.
They're going to say he took took too many steps. That's a traveling violation.
It was actually, in theory, it was a good shot, but 3 or 4 times Dylan Cassart was wide open underneath the hoop. Not only do you want to feed it into him, give him some confidence. Number one, he's made every shot he's taken. Went to the free throw line, knocked down a free throw. But you'll punch a hole in that Skutt defense. If you're just doing dribble handoffs, a little bit of a weave type of offense up at the three-point line, you're missing a big advantage that you have underneath the hoop and a size advantage with Cassart.
So now left side here is J.J. Farron, floater, tough shot, no good. Tip back, no good. Once again by Scholl. He gets another crack at it, misses the third opportunity, and Bennington comes away after allowing 3 offensive rebounds.
They got to get a good shot here. Ideally, they like to score because, again, there he is right there. Cassart is wide open.
He's got the seal.
He's got the seal every time. And what's going to happen is he might lose interest in establishing his post presence or sealing him because he's wide open to turn around and make an easy 2-pointer. And that's what you want to come back. You got to chip away a little bit.
So now here's Gunnar Lim, left side. Keegan Gillian to the post guy. Now Lim in the lane, right-handed finish, off the glass, tough shot, no good. Defensive rebound collected by Jake Brack. Now up the floor we go with Scholl on the right wing. May have gotten away with a step.
Yep.
And now top of the key, J.J. Farron, left side, Jake Brack tries to drive baseline, good close off by Cassart. Now left side to Farron. He'll dribble, drive in the lane, try to dump it off. Gets out to the right wing. Now back to Brack. He pull up the three from the left wing. Jake Brack misses it, and now we have an offensive foul called on Scholl.
Yeah, Bennington is doing a really good job of boxing out and attacking the boards against a big lineup from Omaha Skutt. And so that's where they're able to stay in this game, right? It's only a 10-point game where they're really, really losing the I guess, advantage that they have on the offensive side is not getting the ball in. They're running a lot of dribble handoffs or weave type of offense up top, which Skutt's switching everything, and they're not able to attack the hoop. And then when they did last possession, it was extremely hard shot. So if you want easier shots, space the court, look for Cassart inside. He can catch the ball in traffic. Then you have your spot-up shooters around the three-point line, or they can dribble, drive, and kick it. Instead, they're trying to dribble, drive, and shoot it amongst the Giants.
So now here is Bennington, top of the key near the logo. Left side, this is Gunnar Lim with it. Passes right side. Left side, Trey Bird, the leading scorer for Bennington. Drives, stops, mid-range jumper over the top of Jake Brack. Tough shot, but an even better make there by Trey Bird. Up the floor we go. Sorry, Jay. Jake Brack in the lane, and that's going to be a charge called on Jake Brack.
2 great plays by Trey Bird, right? Came to a stop on 2 feet on the offensive side. Kind of a little bit of a ball fake. Hit a little bit of a floater jump shot. Got back on defense, even though it wasn't his guy, Nick. So he's out there just playing basketball, jumped in front and drew the charge. That's how you start to come back. Now, what also Bennington has to make sure they don't do is fall in love with just passing the ball around the perimeter because there isn't a shot clock.
Yeah.
I'm big in favor of a shot clock, especially in Class B and Class A, because then you'll speed up the game, but then also it could work to a team like Bennington's favor to get back into the game quicker than later.
So 15-7, Skutt Catholic leads with 2:50 to go until the halftime break. Now Trey Bird, top of the key. He'll pull up from the fingernail, jumper off to the left, no good. J.J. Foreign collects the miss, and the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks have numbers, but now they don't. As nice little effort there, running back down the floor by Easton Lapel to get back on defense for Bennington. Right side, J.J. Farron on the wing. Gets it inside on the block. Major mismatch in favor of Brack right over the top of Trey Bird.
A little bit of mishap there on the defensive end. They didn't know who was going to have him. Look, he's the leading scorer on the team. You would actually want them to err on the side of both of them guarding them because of the size advantage.
It's now left side. Kaiser to Colbert to Bird. Bird steps back at the elbow. Jumper bounces around. No good. Cassart tips out the rebound right into the hands of J.J. Farron, who is fouled on the floor. That's going to be number 7 on the Bennington Badgers, sending Farron to the line for 1-1 with 2:07 to play in the second quarter.
Right, and so for Bennington, you have to think, okay, now Skutt's going to shoot, for the next 2 minutes, potentially for every foul, right? Mm-hmm. What do we have to do offensively? We might have to start attacking the rim, being down 10, for us to get to the free throw line, both if it's a shooting foul or a defensive foul.
So here we are at the line to shoot 1-on-1. J.J. Farron, the 6'2" senior, hits on the first. Farron getting ready for the second one as well.
He's creeping up there towards double digits, and he's been obviously very explosive as far as his three-point shooting, but his ability to get to the rim, and also one thing, to able to draw a foul there, handle the ball in traffic, right, and be strong with the ball. Second
one is also good, and Skutt Catholic will call a brief timeout. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Boys State Basketball Tournament from Pinnacle Bank Arena right here at 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. 2:07 to go in the first half, and tough sledding for Bennington here early on. Just that height, a lot for the Badgers to deal with that Skutt possesses. So 19-7 the score. Now, I will also say it's not like Skutt has jumped out to a major lead in this one.
Yeah, look, Bennington has had some good looks. You got to think Gunnar Lim has had 4 or 5 open shots, one air ball, and the rest have been at the front of the rim. So they're getting good shots, but I'd like to see them, their offensive philosophy good. You get it to Cassart right there, and it pays dividends. Big man can catch in traffic
immediately.
He keeps it up high, allows him to dish off to the cutter. You get easy shots. That gives you confidence. Now the defense for Bennington looked like it's trying to crank up a little bit.
Yeah, so here we go with Skutt Catholic. Ed Strand on the left wing. Now passes right side to Kyle Cannon. He'll pop the 3 ball off back iron. Not a good shot there, and the defensive rebound collected by Kaiser. Here comes Bennington trying to get a little bit of a run going. Trey Bird tries to drive baseline, spins around, looking for help, finds Kaiser, now left side.
Go right back to it. It's not broke. You go right back to it.
Cannon drives in the lane, kicks it out. 3 ball on the way, just a little strong. Rebound tipped around a couple of times. Last touch by the Badgers.
Look, good offense there, right? I like it. A little bit of a baseline drive, kick it to the opposite corner, open 3. You got to take it. But I'd like them to work a little bit more inside. Just the possession before, Nick, it was so easy. They double team the post, kick it to the high post. Now you're driving against a like-sized defender, which Connor was able to do. 2 points. If you go back to it, you can inch back into this game and hopefully get it below double digits going into half.
So inbound here for Skutt Catholic. 1:11 to go here in the first half. As J.J. Farron will bring it across the timeline, working left to right. Farron passes on the right side to Ed Strand. Now to Scholl on the top of the key. Left side, Kyle Cannon with it. Cannon just missed a 3 a moment ago. Cross-court pass to Ed Strand. There's a lot of physical play going on down low between number 33 Hudson Newverth and Brack of Skutt.
Yeah, there's that football player right there.
And now we're going to have a foul called on Hudson Newverth.
Wow. Yeah, really, to be honest with you, that one right there, it wasn't a foul because all he was doing was playing high side on him. I think that might have been, all right, I saw the foul maybe before, but 2 big guys going at it. I would have rather let them see them play. It wasn't getting chippy. It was just good, hard play, right? Yeah. And so, but now you have Jake Brack at the free throw line, giving him a free opportunity to extend the lead. You'd like to, if I'm Bennington's sidelines, especially the head coach, I want them to be able to earn it, make them earn it versus rewarding them for a ticky-tack foul.
So Brack's first free throw, no good, no harm, there was a foul, but no harm. As a result, 43 seconds to go, second quarter. So here's Bennington. Gunnar Lim with it to Trey Bird. Left side, Kaiser. They get it into Cassart on the block. Cassart keeps it high, now puts it on the hardwood. Passes back out to Lim inside. Lim stops, shrugs off the defender, and he gets the
might
floater
want
to
to
go.
just have me go over there and start coaching. Anytime it goes into big man Dylan Cassart, it's either he scores or he has 2 assists. And so what it allows Bennington to do, Nick, is to get a favorable matchup with their 2 players to drive to the hoop. And so if I'm Bennington and I have some self-scouting, when I'm coming out of halftime, I'm throwing it inside every single time.
Here's J.J. Farron with 2 on the clock. Mid-range jumper, rattles around and down
great
at
shot.
the horn.
You can't be mad. That was a great shot by J.J. Farron. Great defense by Bennington. They kind of, bounced around the front of the rim to the back of the rim and dipped in there. Skutt Catholic is awful confident going into the locker room being up by 10. But if I'm Bennington and if the coaches are talking amongst each other, say, listen here, man, we have 11 points. Cassart has essentially been a part of all 11 points, whether it's scoring or assisting. There's a common factor there. Get it into 45. He's making good decisions. He keeps the ball high. He's strong, soft, strong hands, and his passes are really good. It's allowing everybody else actually to play like they've been playing all year.
Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have some thoughts from our halftime show coming up right now, or next, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your backyard, a vacation spot all year long. Above grounds, as low as $27 per month. Stone semi-in-ground pools starting at $99.99. Cash and carry hot tubs like Celtic and Pure Spa as low as $43 per month with approved credit. Luxury spas from Bullfrog, Willis, and Stone starting at $73.99. In-grounds from $39.99. Spring is here. Supreme Spa and Pool.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street. Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowerment. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you at the half. Your score, Omaha Skutt 21, the Bennington Badgers 11. Jay, in the first half there, Bennington had some good looks. Whenever they got it into the big fella, Dylan Cassard, they would have a decent look at it, whether that's with him shooting the basketball or with him dishing it off, because he's a pretty good passer for his size. But Bennington here, I mean, Skutt also has quite a bit of size. A lot of guys over 6'3", and even more, even 6'8", 6'6", 6'9", spread up and down the roster.
6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be tough defenders. I mean, what does Bennington have to do here? Do they maybe need to go outside and then work inside? Is the inside out game a possibility? What does Bennington need to do?
I think Bennington needs to go back to what they've done the last quarter and a half, is the inside outside game. You know, get it into Cassard, let him make a good decision, because what Skutt is doing, once it goes into him, they're doubling him.
Yeah.
So then when he kicks it back out, it's allowing one of their guards to drive it against another one of Skutt's guards, and you've seen it. He's been involved in all 11 points.
Yeah.
Whether it's by scoring himself, free throw line, or assist. So when we are reassessing what we did well in the first half, we were able to work inside out. Would that also allow you to do what we saw in the last possession by Bennington, but didn't pay off in points? Allows Cassard to seal off one of their big guys, baseline drive. You can either kick it to the other corner or kick it to what I call the pocket, and get them either a three or a good, long jumper, or a good two, or they can continue to rotate it and get it back in and do it over. There's no shot clock, right? So when you can get Skutt into a disadvantage, you got to make hay on it. Now, if I'm Skutt, I'm actually saying, okay, we have the height, but we might have we can out-athlete them, right? We have more depth, right? Because you've seen Skutt went deep into their bench, went 9-10 deep. So I'm trying to, once Bennington doesn't make it, I'm trying to get it up and down the court with J.J. Farron, who handles the ball well in traffic, get some of the other guards maybe some easier shots, and then allow our height of our big men, Jake Brack, Scholl, Jack Healy, all those guys that can run and attack the rim and aren't in place in the half-court offense, get some easy shots. Then you can get this game busted wide open. Then you will make Bennington actually play outside in, which plays to the advantage of Skutt. because of their height advantage.
Once again, your score at the break, Omaha's got the 1 seed, 21, the 8 seed, the Bennington Badgers, 11. And just because it's a double-digit lead, I think this game is far from over if Bennington makes the proper adjustments that Jay just talked about. Let's go ahead and take a quick breather. When we come back, we'll have the start of the third quarter coming at you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Here in the Class B quarterfinal, the winner of this one faces off with the winner of our next game between Elkhorn and Crete. And we'll get to the third quarter here momentarily on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena, start of the third quarter here as Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman join you from PBA. Omaha Skutt leads 21-11 over the Bennington Badgers, but it is Bennington basketball to get things rolling. I mean, we were talking during halftime there, Jay. This whole Bennington basketball team is made up of football players.
It's the same. We call it the Class B championship. It's the same name, same cast of characters. But that's how you build an athletic program, getting some good athletes out there that are competitive. And Omaha Skutt's doing the same. Whoa.
That's the right call. That is the right call.
That is the right call.
As Gunnar Lim touched it last before he went into the backcourt. Yeah. Wyatt Archer going to go out because I think he has some blood on him or something similar to that. So he's going to go out and get fixed up real quick, or maybe he had a contact fallout. And so he's starting to walk back to the locker room, but it'll be Skutt basketball after the over-the-back call. So Wyatt Archer near the locker room, putting a contact back in right now. As Skutt basketball is on offense, top of the key, Brack near corner, 3-ball on the way, good. For number 12, Kyle Cannon, a 6'2" sophomore.
Good shot. Good job by Jake Brack to drive it, jump stop, kick it out to the corner. Fluid shot there by Omaha Skutt. Now, I think one thing you see from Omaha Skutt, I think their coach said, look, man, we need to start challenging these guys and try to put the game away early. But what does Bennington do? They go right back in.
Cassart turnaround floater, no good.
Good shot.
And Farron gets the defensive rebound for the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. So back the other way we go. Scholl will try to drive baseline. He gets bumped by Cannon.
Ooh.
Could have been a travel.
It could have been a travel way before the bump. But good job by Scholl there. knowing that Cannon was coming down at a high rate of speed, gave him a little bit of a pump fake and got the little body contact, but looked like he was shuffling his feet there a little bit, a la James Brown.
Yeah.
You know who James Brown is?
Heard the name.
No, that means no.
I've heard the name.
Well, that's a good thing.
I thought you were going to go with James Harden.
The good thing about Google.
Would have worked too.
Yeah.
Farron, inbound three ball
Quick
near
three.
corner. No good. Rebound collected by Wyatt Archer with a fresh contact in his left eye, and now Archer has it on the top of the key to Farron. Farron steps back out, gets his pocket picked, and Farron gets it right back. He's looking for help. Has it on the logo. Now to Brack on the right side. Brack on the right wing. Dribbles into the lane. Finds a cutting Wyatt Archer. Reverse left. Good.
Great finish, too. Great job by Jake Brack. Great cut by Archer. Great. Oh, now Archer's back.
Wyatt Archer takes a.
But
before he enters the stolen pass, head coach for Bennington, Luke Olson, calls a timeout.
Yep, Luke Olson has to settle his troops down or get them going because it looked like they came out of the locker room a little flat, considering that they were down 10. That's a little odd. But Omaha Skutt has really came out of that locker room ready to play. From their defensive intensity to their movement on offense. I think they felt they were a little stagnant on offense. So you saw Jake Brack there assist on Archer. Good up and under move to avoid any type of shot blocking presence of Bennington.
Once again, 6:37 to go, third quarter. Let's take a 30-second timeout right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. Bennington basketball. They'll work left to right now from our vantage point. Here's Gunnar Lim with it. Denies the screen left, goes right instead. Passes right side to Trey Bird. He'll pull up, three ball on the way. Rims around and out, and Scholl cleans up the miss for Omaha Skutt.
Oh, Omaha Skutt is on the move.
Up the floor, Brack in the lane. Spin move on the big fella, Cassart, and great job staying disciplined and for the most part, straight up by Cassart.
I think Cassart, being so big, is always going to be some body contact, but really good job of him to wall up, have his hands straight up, and then it made Jake Brack jump right into a good block there by the big fella.
So they inbound it to the elbow to Jake Brack. He drives right side, layup off the glass. It falls with the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot one more.
I think Skutt is actually, they came out of the locker room trying to impose their will on the Bennington Badgers. And look, when you're 22-3 and two of your losses are to some pretty good Class A schools, they lost one late to Elkhorn. They are coming into this tournament feeling confident. And so I think their coach challenged them at halftime to crank up the defensive intensity, more movement on offense, and to be more fluid. I think every possession they either scored or at the free throw line coming out of halftime.
Brack's free throw is good, so now it's a 29-11 game, and they've opened it up here.
Just like that.
With 6:08 to play in the third. Man, just like that. It's
8-0 run.
8-0 run.
To
Nice
start.
job, Jay. Look at that. Great minds think alike.
And you know what? All my classes I wasn't assisted by somebody else, but a little addition, little fourth grade ad.
Cassart, free ball, no good, off to the right, and it will go out of bounds. Last touch by the Bennington Badgers. I like that shot if you're Cassart.
Yeah, I like it. He has a good stroke. And it's a shot that he can make. And actually, it was a really smart move there by Jake Brack, right? Mm-hmm. To get it, maybe you want to catch your wind a little bit, kind of box out the Bennington Badgers so he can't get it. Slows down the game. Skutt Catholic playing with a good head on their shoulders.
So here's Wyatt Archer, left side. J.J. Farron with it. Gets picked up by Gunnar Lim. Now top of the key, Scholl to right side, Brack on the right wing. Working on number 33, Newverth. Left side, Wyatt Archer. Back to Scholl on the right wing, guarded by Trey Bird. To Brack in the far corner, right in front of the Skutt bench. 5:24 to go on the clock, and there's going to be a foul on the defense.
Big fella, 33. Yeah. Hudson over. He might have thought he was out there at Memorial Stadium playing a little football, trying to look on it. He tried to split a double team there. I see the little dude from Skutt tried to pick him a little bit. He nicely picked him up and removed him out of the way. But Hudson, this is not football. Basketball, it's a foul every time.
So Wyatt Archer inbounds to J.J. Farron. Shot fake in the lane. Farron layup no good, but he goes to the line to shoot two. With the Skyhawks up 29-11, has an opportunity to make it a 20-point ball game.
The energy that Skutt has came out in this first, 2 minutes and 39 seconds is a totally different team. And, that's what they've done to, they're on an 8-0 run, trying to extend it right here. And they're playing really well.
Free throw up, no good by J.J. Farron. So Farron's got one more coming in for the Bennington Badgers, number 20, Keegan Gilliand. And so one more coming up for J.J. Farron. 5:21 to play, third quarter, 29-11. As Farron takes the dribble, puts up the shot, it's good, so make it 32-11. Skutt Catholic on top of the Badgers. 1 seed, the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. The 8 seed, the Bennington Badgers. Skutt trying to go back to the state title game for the second year in a row, where they finished runner-up last year. Obviously one of the favorites here in Class B as the number 1 seed, but as Trey Bird crosses the timeline, he'll hand it off to Gillian. Now top of the key, left side, Kaiser. Back to Bird. Bird tries to drive right side, kicks it out. Now right wing. That's Bryce Dunning with it to Trey Bird. We're under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dunning steps back.
Pull back. You got to shoot that.
Now
Great,
left
good
side.
job creating space, though.
Yeah, and left side, Trey Bird now on the left wing, working on Brack. He drives on Jake Brack. Layup off the glass, and it circles around the cylinder and drops. That's a tough shot there by Trey Bird.
Tough shot, but Trey Bird is showing the ability to get to the rim, and actually, he's a good enough player to make it. So good job by Skutt. Better job by Trey Bird there finishing at the hole.
Yeah, as J.J. Farron has it now on the left wing. Now right side, Archer to Brack. Brack drives baseline, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Trey Bird. I was surprised to see a block.
Good defense there by Trey Bird. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him because he got elbowed right in the kind of right there. Probably looked like in between a couple ribs, trying to catch his breath. Pretty tough kid right there. I thought it was a good defensive job trying to draw the charge, blocking call. Now he's going out of the game to get a little bit of a rest. Probably needs to stand up and get some oxygen there because he looked like he was shaking up a little bit.
So 30-13 the score, 4.5 to go, third quarter. Skutt with the basketball on their end of the floor. J.J. Farron with it on the left wing, gets a screen right rather. Now he drives right side of the lane off the glass. Way too easy for J.J. Farron.
One thing J.J. Farron does when he decides to go, he goes 100 miles an hour. He does a really good job of when you talk about coming off of screens, they had a little bit of a double screen right there. That allowed him to get to the hole pretty easily.
Now jumper no good there by Bennington, so a defensive rebound for Omaha Skutt. 32-13 the score, 3:58 to play, third quarter. J.J. Farron kicks it out, 3-ball. Gabe Edstrand on the way, off just a little bit, but rebound tipped. Scholl collects it over the hand of Cassart. Now they throw it to the top of the key. Brack, left side. Now here's Brack once again on the right side after getting the basketball right back. Brack to Edstrand, just missed the three a moment ago. Now Scholl, 3-ball on the way, rattles out, no good. And the defensive rebound corralled by Kaiser. Here comes the Bennington Badgers. Dunning with it. Now back to Gilligan. Oh, Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan Island, right? Yeah.
You were surprised I knew that show.
Yeah, you didn't know that, but you knew that, but didn't know who James Brown was. But it's all life's about choices. We got to,
I like Gilligan's Island. I'm a fan of that show.
It was a good show. It was.
I enjoyed it.
I'm waiting for the remake of it, though.
As Bennington gets it in on the left side, here is Dunning trying to find help. Gets it to Isaac Connor. 3:15 to play, and that's going to be a foul called on Omaha Skutt Catholic as number 12, Kyle Cannon, took a tumble. And so Isaac Connor will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
It was a good job by Isaac Connor there. First setting the pick and roll, didn't get it. Then he came back and reposted himself. Got it. Got a little bit of a size advantage. Got up there and drew the 2-shot penalty for Bennington.
First one is good for Isaac Connor. So it's 32-14, back to an 18-point ball game. 3:14 to play in the third quarter. Coming out of the game, J.J. Farron for the time being as number 10, Will O'Doherty. Man, I'm struggling with a couple of these names here, Jay. As Isaac Connor, second free throw on the way, also good.
I think Mike Sauter threw you off of how the nicknames or what everybody preferred to be called.
I have to make sure that I'm looking at the right names.
Yeah, he's in your head a little bit.
Yeah,
man.
he
Come on.
is.
The great one's a judge. We'll be okay.
This is game 3 of the day. Here we go as Cannon in the lane gets fouled. and Cannon will go to the line to shoot 2 shots as well.
Good job by Omaha Skutt adjusting on the fly to Bennington go into a 1-2-2 full court trap. We're patient enough to work the ball around, got it in the middle of the court. Jake Brack did a really good job getting to the guard for Omaha Skutt. Now he was at the free throw line shooting 2.
First one is good. So 3:04 to play in the third quarter. Already, how about this? At the next foul on Bennington, Omaha Skutt's going to be in the bonus.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster when you're down almost 20 points and you're almost into the bonus now. So that's no way you want to be aggressive on defense, but Omaha Skutt's a pretty good free throw shooting team, so you can't be over aggressive.
So now right side, here's Bryce Dunning with it for Bennington. Gunnar Lim with it on the right wing, pulls up mid-range jumper, contested, and somehow hits it over the top.
You know, the one thing about Gunnar Lim is that he, in the first half, he airballed shots that were wide open. The 6'9" guys contesting the shot, nothing but net.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
It was too easy. That's what it was.
Scholl has it now inside to Brack. Brack misses the bunny.
Misses
the
again.
follow-up and goes right back Bennington gets the miss. And now here come the Badgers, top of the key left side. Here's Gunnar Lim with it. Lim crosses over, hands it off. Dunning with it. Now pulls up 3 ball on the way. Just a little short, and Scholl gets the rebound and is fouled on the floor by number 25, Easton Lapel. And now Scholl will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Bennington is done a little bit of the Golden State Warriors small lineup, where the Golden State Warriors just call their death lineup, right?
Yeah.
Small, a guard, 1-point guard, a lot of 2s and 3s to try to up the pace, and that's where you see them playing that 1-2-2 full court trap, which allowed them to make a great player like Jake Brack miss a couple bunnies, get into the fast break. They just unfortunately missed the 3.
First one on the way, Scholl misses it. Rebound tipped around a couple of times and corralled by the Badgers.
But
so
if you're playing with that small lineup, you got to push the pace a little bit faster. You're playing with a small lineup, you can't walk the ball up court. Good
nice
drive.
finish there
Good
by number
finish.
1, Austin Kaiser. And it's a 34-19 ball game, 15-point advantage in favor of the Skyhawks. We have a timeout called by Omaha Skutt and head coach Kyle Jurgens with 1:51 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a 60-second breather. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
To make your backyard a vacation spot all year long. Above grounds as low as $27 per month. Stealth semi in-ground pool starting at $99.99. Cash and carry hot tubs like Celtic and Pure Spa as low as $43 per month with approved credit. Luxury spas from Bullfrog, Wellness, and Stealth starting at $73.99. In-grounds from $39.99. Spring is here. Supreme Spa and Pool.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you at Pinnacle Bank Arena. As out of the Skutt timeout, it'll be Skyhawk basketball, 34-19 the score. Lincoln Southwest as Omaha Skutt.
Same colors.
Yeah, same colors. And we have a traveling call on Jake Brack. As that's another turnover for Omaha Skutt. And things are slowly getting a little more interesting here.
Right, it is. Look, they want a little bit of smaller lineup because they're down. Got to get a little bit more speed.
Yeah.
I think they need to up the pace a little bit. But the 1-2-2 full court trap, a little bit of 1-3-1 half court zone trap and defense is making Skutt play a little bit faster and a little bit more in a hurry than they like.
So now Trey Bird on the right side for Bennington. Throws the top of the key. Isaac Cannon thought about the 3. Decided to pass off to Kaiser inside. Gunnar Lim working on edge strand. Shrugs him off. Floater good. It's a 13-point ball game.
Both of the shots that he's hit in the second half have been really hard shots contested. Look for a double team. Is it over and back, Nick? That's got to be over. Whoa, bailout.
Foul.
Wow. Wow, did you see the footwork?
He had one
foot
foot on,
over,
he had one
then
foot
he
over
came,
and
but
one,
then he came back,
yeah.
and it must have been simultaneously
Well,
of the foul.
Or
But
it was also he didn't establish
that's
himself
right.
in
That
the
was
front court.
Eric Strickland
Yep.
dropped some knowledge there from
Yep.
his NBA reffing days. But that foul call, I think it was a little bit suspect at best.
Yeah. That's one of the toughest things, I think, as a defense, though, going back to my YMCA micro days, to defend without fouling in a moment like that when the ball handler is freaking out with the basketball, flailing arms, flailing the ball over, trying to draw a foul, trying to pass out of it. And it's tough to just stay straight up and not make any contact that could be whistled
It
a foul.
actually can make it look like a foul
Bingo.
when you're just standing
Bingo.
there. And so, look, Omaha Skutt was only able to make one free throw, so Bennington is a little bit okay with that, but they definitely have upped their energy defensively and has allowed them to get more shots. Gunnar Lim for three.
Lim drills
7
the
straight
trifecta.
points by Gunnar Lim. He's
And
starting to heat up a little bit. Heat check.
An 11-point Skutt lead. Farron up the floor to Scholl. Cross-court pass, Edstrand in the far side. Edstrand back. Now here is J.J. Farron. There are 31 seconds left on the game clock here in the third quarter. Cross-court pass in the near corner. Back out left wing to J.J. Farron on the logo. Back to Edstrand. Back to Scholl. Now back to Farron on the logo. I'm just playing keep away basically for these final 40 seconds. As here is J.J. Farron. Farron working on Bird. 6 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, and they can't foul.
Gets his pocket picked, and now there's going to be a foul called on the Bennington Badgers.
What do you think about that call right there?
That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough
JJ
because here's the deal. J.J. Farron
was
may have
out of control.
was out of control. Number one, may have sold it a little bit by hitting the floor harder, but also he had no clue that when he turned the corner at the elbow, there was a Bennington defender there to poke the ball away.
Yeah, it looked
it looks a lot more violent than it may have actually been.
And it looked like with the way that the ball spun off of the contact that it was actually all ball. And so, again, now Skutt is back at the free throw line. He's going to be back at the free throw line all fourth quarter. Bennington is going to have to start. You can't trade bucket for bucket here.
Free throw no good by Farron. Defensive rebound. Cannon up the floor. Here's Gunnar Lim with 1 second on the clock. Half court heave.
Whoa.
It's going to be.
Whoa.
That should have been a foul.
That should have been a foul.
Should have been a foul as well.
Yeah.
So, man, we got to watch it. We might be turning into some Bennington homers here over these last 2 minutes. We got to watch it, Jay Foreman. We're going to take a 60-second break at the end of 3 quarters of play. Skyhawks lead at 35-24 over the Bennington Badgers right here, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start of the fourth quarter, 35-24 Lincoln. Gosh, Omaha Skutt. I keep seeing S Hawks. I keep thinking Silver. I just instantly go to Silverhawks.
And the jerseys look alike.
Unfortunately,
I'll give you a little bit there.
We're on day 2 only. We're on day 2 of the Boys State tournament here. 35-24, Omaha Skutt with it on the right side. Now J.J. Farron drives left. Floater, alley-oop to Scholl. Good.
Great job by J.J. Farron. Great finish by Scholl by not bringing the ball down and finishing on the alley-oop.
Pull up 3, no good. Rebound will carry him out. Left wing, he'll try it again and hit it. That's Austin Kaiser. Missed the first trifecta. Got his own rebound all the way out on the perimeter. He took 1 step back and drained the 3. It's 37-27.
10-point game. When you're down, you were down by as many as 20.
Yeah.
Now you're down by 10 with a whole quarter to play.
Wyatt Archer with the basketball, working on the defender, Bryce Dunning. Archer drives, spin move in the lane. Got his pocket almost picked. Now we're going to have a jump ball. And the possession arrow gives it Are they going to call a jump ball or a foul here?
Jump ball, Bennington's ball. Great
Okay, they're going to
job
call
by
it a jump ball.
Bennington.
Man, I thought for a moment that
That was
official
good.
came up with just one arm up, and I
Yep.
thought,
Yeah, I
oh,
did.
boy.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, but possession error gives it to the Badgers.
Great job by Bennington to continue to compete. Looked a little sluggish coming out at halftime. Got their act together. Down by 10.
Yeah.
We got a great ball game.
Now here's Kaiser after his big three, right side. Dunning to Trey Bird. Bird faked right, went left on Brack. Step back, jumper, no good off to the left. Offensive board, Lim. Now back out. Three ball, Kaiser. Drew Strong, Gunner Lim with another board to Dunning. Shot fake, spin move, floater, off back iron.
almost.
Probably should either use the. It looked like he got lost in whether or not he should use the glass or just try to go in through the hoop.
Yep, a little funky angle there, right? Because it wasn't an easy shot to get it off the glass. But then Kaiser tried to do the smart thing and go in, Nick.
Yeah.
Look, instead of going for a steal, go for the jump ball, even though the jump ball would go to a Skutt Catholic. But you stopped them from scoring. The ref thought it was a foul. Now Skutt Catholic is back at the free throw line, which they will be for all the rest of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, very long time as the fouls are pretty scaled one way as Bennington has 10 plus team fouls compared to Skutt Catholic's 2 here in the second
And
half.
a double bonus now. So now, regardless, every time they go to the free throw line, it's 2 shots. And so Bennington still has plenty of time to come back, but they got to make sure they're real efficient and aggressive on offense and defense. They have to play steady and make Omaha Skutt make shots versus get them to the free throw line.
Healy's 2 free throws are good. First time we've called Jack Healy's name here in the second half. And now right side, here's Kaiser, bounces it left side, crossover, Lim, 3 ball, got it!
He is heating up.
It's a 9-point ball game.
10 points in the second half.
Up the floor, here's Scholl on the left side, back to now inside Brack on the doorstep. Healy unable to convert, but he is fouled.
Hey, it's look, Bennington is having to sell out on defense, challenge every shot, go to the boards with a height disadvantage. When you go to block the shot, sometimes it can look like a foul, but it was a good job by Omaha Skutt. Look, give up a 3, get the ball over half court, get it to our best player's hands. Jake Brack, he drove it, dumped it into to Jake Healy. Healy missed the first of the free throws, but the execution on offense by Omaha Skutt is pretty good.
So Healy missed the first free throw and misses the second.
The crowd is breaking up.
And we have a foul called on Jake Brack. I couldn't hear the whistle, Jay, because the guys behind us.
Hey, we're
little kids behind us.
I'm going to say this. Bennington coming in as the AC, both in the student section and the, obviously, fan section has traveled really well from Bennington. Omaha Skutt just showed up like, hey, we're just Omaha Skutt. We're going to win.
Yeah.
Bennington said, look, we're here for a ball game.
39-30, Gunner Lim. Now left side, Connor to Kaiser. Back to Bryce Dunning. He'll hand it off. Trey Bird. Bird in the lane. Kicks it out. Dunning back to, fakes handoff. Dunning in the lane. Shot blocked
great block by
Brack.
Jake Brack. You know what he did? He blocked it and tipped it to himself. That's a really good
So now
job.
Cannon running the floor, dumps it off. Healy gets it knocked out of his hands, put back, no good, but he is fouled.
Good job there by, first of all, it started by Jake Brock on the defensive end. Got it up the court, one pass, dumping into Jake Healy. Got his first shot blocked, stayed with it, stick-to-itiveness, got it up, tried to get his third shot. Forced Bennington to foul him on the shot. But if I'm Bennington, Jake Healy just missed 2 shots at the free throw line. And guess what? The clock's not running. So if you can get him to continue to miss.
He misses on the first one.
If you get them to continue to miss and you can score, with about 3 minutes left, now you're looking at a 2 or 3 point deficit. Now that 3 minutes starts to, even if it's long, now it starts to play to Bennington's favor. They got to chip away at this lead as long as Skutt continues to miss free throws.
So here we go. Jack Healy at the line with one more free throw. That one's good. It's back to a 10-point ball game, 40-30. It feels a lot closer than a 10-point ball game.
Very competitive game. Bennington is not going to – look, when you have a state champion football players, 9 out of your top 10 players on the team, on your basketball team, they aren't going to give up.
So here we are as Trey Bird spin move in the lane up and under. No good. Not even close on that one. And Scholl collects the miss for the Skyhawks.
Yep, the good defense there by Jake Brock, making Trey Bird throw up kind of a under dipsy-do underhand shot that he normally wouldn't take, but the size. You're talking about 6'9", 6'8". It makes every shot that you're taking difficult, but you got to still exercise patience on offense.
So here is Kyle Cannon with it on the logo, now into the fingernail to Jack Healy, keeping that basketball high. Now to J.J. Farron near the timeline. J.J. Farron drives. Farron kicks out Scholl. 3-ball on the way. Got hit from the far corner.
Great shot. Waiting for the shot. Good job by J.J. Farron. Beating this guy off the dribble. Kick it to the corner. Scholl ready. He catched it. He caught it in the ready position.
So now top of the key, Isaac Cannon with it to Bryce Dunning. Steps back. Gives it to Cannon once again. Gunnar Lim is currently on the bench, as well as Austin Kaiser. A couple guys that just hit a couple trifectas for Bennington a couple moments ago.
Got to be Trey Bird and Connor. Got to get going.
Pass deflected, knocked off the leg of – that was a really heads-up play by Trey Bird. It was a questionable ball, whether or not it was going to be Bennington or Skutt basketball. So he hit it off of – he wasn't even involved in the play. Hit it off of the Skutt defender, and it went out of bounds last touch by the Skyhawks.
Here comes Kaiser and Lim. So they still have this small lineup in that's paid dividend for them. Now you got to get going here offensively. Now look, you got 4 minutes and 24 seconds left. You know Skutt Catholic is going to be back at the free throw line. They have got to start making some hay as far as on the offensive end, because Skutt Catholic's starting to heat up there.
Inbound 3-ball. Kaiser just a little short, and Kyle Cannon gets the defensive rebound for Skutt Catholic. 4:12 to go, 43-30. Skyhawks out in front of the Bennington Badgers. The 1-seed Skutt Catholic as Farron drives in the lane, floater off the glass. Good.
Great smart play there by Skutt Catholic between Farron and Kyle Cannon. Back and forth, kind of tiring out the Bennington defense. Farron had no hesitation going to the rim.
So now here's Gunnar Lim in the lane. He's fouled on the hit by J.J. Farron. So with 3:50 to go in the fourth quarter, that's the fourth team foul on Omaha Skutt. So now here we are, inbound for Bennington out top. They get it to now Lim on the top of the key. Drive, steps back, contested mid-range. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
When you look at Gunnar Lim, he's well put together. So obviously, he's a football player, well put together. So when you think about him shooting contested jump shots, he's a pure jump shooter off the dribble or off the catch. And he's given J.J. Farron a little bit of problems where he's starting to go to the hoop, stops on a dime, pulls it up, and he's hit a couple jumpers. He scored 7 points in a row, 10 in the fourth quarter, 10 in the second half. Now he's at the free throw line. Unfortunately, missed the first one.
So Gunnar Lim at the line, no good on the first one. 45-30 the score. 3:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Winner of this game gets the winner of Elkhorn and Crete. That one coming up in a little while at 3:15 p.m. So now inbound to J.J. Farron as Farron will break the press, throw it up to Scholl. Now Scholl stops, back out Farron. Left side, Kyle Cannon. Inside, Healy. And great passing there by the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks.
They're spreading the court, going a little bit of 4 corners there.
As Kyle Cannon has the top of the key, almost got his pocket pick now. Far corner, Scholl back to Cannon. 3:23 to play, fourth quarter. Farron spins around, backs it out near the logo. Still backing it out near the logo, right side. Farron getting bumped, now gets doubled. Almost gets his pocket picked. Now left side, here's Brack with it. Back to Farron. 3:06 to play, fourth quarter. 15-point margin in favor of Skutt Catholic. Farron, nice dump off to Healy. Gets the floater to go. And the foul on Gunnar Lim.
J.J. Farron.
Excuse me, that's going to be on Bryce Dunning, rather.
J.J. Farron plays with excellent pace. He's physical, really good ball handler, keeps the court, the spacing on the court to Skutt Catholic's advantage, attacks the hoop, has his head up, dumps it off to Healy. Healy makes the 2. Now he's looking for the 3-point play.
Yeah. So now we will have
Farron back in the game.
It's Kaiser back into the game.
I'm just talking. We've been talking about J.J. Farron so much. Both obviously shooting the ball, scoring the ball. Now he's picking up his assist as well.
So Healy with 1 free throw. No good off back iron, and defensive rebound controlled by Bennington. Up the floor we go. Cannon on the left side, stops, spins, looking for help, looking for an outlet, unable to find one. Now finds Dunning on the left side. Dunning gets bumped by Healy, no whistle. Back out top goes Gunnar Lim. Gunnar Lim driving on Healy. Layup no good, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two with 2:42 remaining in the ballgame.
Yeah, I think Healy, he fouled him 3 times. He got out with the body, then he went for the almost like a Husker volleyball spike there to try to block it and got him on the arm. Good job by Gunnar Lim getting to the hoop, but that size and aggressiveness by this Omaha Skutt Catholic front line is definitely obviously extended this lead for him.
First free throw is good by Gunnar Lim. Makes it a 15-point ball game. Second one off back iron. Defensive rebound corralled by Jack Healy up the floor to Farron. And now we have a carry called on J.J. Farron. So how about that? J.J. Farron gets called for a carry, and Bennington gets the basketball right back.
Yeah, Bennington's they're down 15 points, 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. So they got to pick up the pace on offense. They got to start moving, without the ball to create some space for them.
And how about this?
Some open shots. Yes,
J.J. Farron just gets called for another foul.
Yep. Now they're at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Right. So now it becomes a little bit of a game of who can shoot the free throws better. But Omaha Skutt has the advantage. They're going to stay in that 4-corner offense and either try to get you to foul them or let Farron get to the hoop and make a decision.
So Gunnar Lim at the charity stripe, 2:36 to go, fourth quarter. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. Bounces off left side. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bennington. It will go to Skutt.
Yeah, see right there when you nobody's perfect, but if you're Bennington, you can't afford to miss, especially the front end of a one-on-one. So, but ideally, you wouldn't miss any. So in order for you to come back when the clock's not running, you got to cash in on 2 points there because you go from a 15-point, obviously, deficit to 13. And if you get more and more possessions, next thing you know, you're in single digits, and anything can happen after that.
Brack inbounds it into Healy, and he is immediately fouled with 2:33. So now
this
buckle
is about
up,
to
folks.
be 45-minute, 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
Exactly.
Because there is not a shot clock in Class B. Right?
Not yet. There's a vote in March.
Well,
Expected to pass.
March. We on what day is today? March what?
It's got to take into account at the start of next year.
March 9th, I vote yes for a shot clock. Okay?
I don't know.
It's tied up for the votes. I vote yes.
It's a push right now.
Yeah.
We still need a deciding vote.
That's me.
No, it wasn't. Sorry. Maybe the people next to us know. When does the vote for the shot clock? April.
See, Nick, you can't trust anything that Nick's April. It's March, April.
All right.
It's all the same to you.
It all blends together.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's all the same to me. March, April, May.
If I'm Bennington and can get this game close into low single digits, I'm gonna foul 50.
Oh, of course.
Because he is well below 50%.
Mid-range jumper, no good, or I should say a little floater, no good. And now Skutt Catholic gets the basketball back and down by 16. Bennington, they might not be fouling here. Down by 16.
You, Nick, do you foul or what do you do? Because you're gonna give up points. Oh,
Brack tried to go up strong and yam on some guys.
Yeah, he was trying to bring
he was trying to yam, but he got it knocked out of his hands. Bird gets bumped and fouled by Jack Healy. So now going on the line will be number 2, Trey Bird. I don't know. I think it's tough because obviously you have on one side you're trying to show your team that you're not giving up down double digits with less than 2 minutes to go. On the other side of it also is understand the reality of it, and without putting your guys. I mean, Bennington now has 3 of their 5 guys out there with 4 fouls. If you continue to foul, you're eventually going to you're eventually going to get your better players out of the game because of fouls.
All three of those guys are their 3-point shooters.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's just an interesting kind of. We saw it earlier today with one of the D2 games is where you were down or they were down by 12 with a minute and a half left, and they started fouling. They kept fouling, but they never got it within single digits again because they made their free throws.
Conversely, Class C2, Amherst against Norfolk Catholic over there at Devaney. Amherst was up by almost 20 points, Nick. Norfolk Catholic came back and the game's tied. They might be in overtime. It says 4th up there on the scoreboard, but anything can happen. But in this game, I think Omaha said one of the things when you're thinking about press break here, Nick, and this is also something Omaha Skutt Catholic, when they're breaking the press, when you have athletic guys that are 6'8", 6'9", 6'6", that your catch radius, that's a football term, but it's basketball, you're able to jump and get it. So then therefore the ability to steal when Bennington has all guys 6'1" and under, then you're able to break the press. You're able to throw it over the top of the press. And that's what Omaha Skutt, along with J.J. Farron and Cannon, with Scholl, obviously Jake Brack, and obviously Healy as well.
I would say that it looks like Bennington's going to go the foul approach here because they've taken out a couple of their starters and brought some guys back in, and they're going to instantly foul Jake Brack here. And I would imagine that there's going to be that offensive-defensive substitution here.
Yeah, here they come
most
right
of the
now.
time.
Yep, here comes Gunnar Lim. Look, I'm all for fouling, but you got to make sure, look, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that was a pretty hard foul there. You want to make sure a great player like Jake Brack doesn't, get a injury in a game that pretty much is well decided with 2 minutes left.
Once again, our next game at 3:15 is going to be Elkhorn against Crete. So make sure you stick around for that one. Josh Lill's going to take over for me for one game. Then I'll come back and take you into session number 3 with the nightcap or the 2 games at night.
Get you a little power pellets. You run down the energy?
I am going to go grab probably a little bit of – I'll probably grab a tea, and I'll probably grab some coffee. A little tea and coffee.
No tea and coffee.
Yep. There's an establishment that's within walking distance of the arena. So here we go. Brack free throw good. 50-34. It's a 16-point ball game. So now here is – besides, I walked out of the arena yesterday, Jay, and I was like, man, I didn't see daylight today.
Yeah, it's almost like you're in Vegas.
It's kind of sad.
You're in Lincoln,
You have
Vegas.
no concept of time. You just stay in here, you eat the food that they get you in. Here we are. So J.J. Farron takes away the rock for Skutt Catholic, and we're going to have a timeout charged to Skutt. And guess what, Jay? They're heading to overtime at Devaney, 47-47. So they're
52-47.
Oh, yes, now it's 52-47 in overtime. So let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you. 1:42 to go in the fourth quarter. 50-34. Skutt Catholic over Bennington right now. The winner of this game gets the winner of Elkhorn and Crete. Scholl gets an inbounds to Farron, and it touches the baseline, going back the other way to the Bennington Badgers, and they'll inbound it underneath their own bucket.
That's probably not what Coach Juergens wanted after a quick time out there. But really, to be honest with you, Nick, when you're going against a team that's pressing essentially the whole second half, you're going to have a few turnovers. I feel like Omaha Skutt Catholic has handled the pressure pretty good. Not only getting across in half court, but scoring opportunities as well.
Gunnar Lim, 3-ball, no good. Now Brack to J.J. Farron all the way up the floor. Here's Healy. Watch out. Oh, just a layup. God. And now he's getting booed by his own dudes. He's getting booed by his own students.
Creed is waiting to play. Yeah. These guys over there, they wanted it. Or the Elkhorn Antlers over there, they wanted to see him get jiggy with it.
That's just a little disappointing.
Look, man, if the state tournament,
you at
least got a dunk, especially with almost a 20-point lead. I'm gonna go for a dunk regardless if
I'll tell you this. So one of the best memories I have from the state tournament is back when I was in high school. A guy by the name of Austin Jablonski.
Yes,
ended up dunking. Yeah, he came to Pius, walked on in Nebraska. Now he's playing in football at Concordia.
Right.
He ended up against Roncalli in the, I want to say it was the state semi, or maybe it was the championship. Roncalli was, Pius was beating Roncalli as we have a foul down low. J.J. Farron going on the line to shoot 2. Anyway, Austin Jablonski went and dunked it in the final 10 seconds of the game. The game was over.
Yeah.
And Jablonski went and dunked it on this rim here at PBA and got booed by it was the state title. And the reason I know why, all the Roncalli fans stayed until he cut down the net. And when he raised the net up, everybody in the entire arena that was a Roncalli fan booed him.
Did Skutt
Because they
Catholic
got
win?
No, Pius won.
Or Pius won.
Pius won the state title that
Yeah.
year. That was a team with like Charlie Easley on
Oh,
it. And,
yeah, I do remember that.
And things like that. But Austin Jablonski dunked it in the
I
final
like
10
it.
seconds.
I like Austin.
And it was, hey man, listen, when you have a chance to dunk in the state tournament at Pinnacle Bank Arena, you're going to do it. And Roncalli Nation just waited to leave the arena a little longer so that when he was up on that ladder holding that net for the state championship game, they could boo him.
Good for him. Do you remember the ultimate one was it's been on Instagram in the ESPN when that college was playing Kansas and Kansas was winning by 45 points. The guy stole it, dunked on somebody, and got a technical. And actually, you know what? He's actually a pretty good player.
How many times are you going to be able to dunk at Allen Fieldhouse?
Right. But he went for the steal and dunked on somebody, got the technical, but he parlayed that into social media fame, and he's a professional player overseas.
Yeah, how about that?
So Jablonski did the same thing.
Yeah.
He walked on to Nebraska.
Man,
as the starter.
I'll never forget that Monday. I went in. I was like, "Hey, Austin, how's it going, man?" He's like, "Man, I've gotten called so many names on Twitter,
but
so many names that we can't say on air."
But when he's talking to his kids, he can say, "State championship. I'm a state champion basketball player, and you're in the back and stuff. State champ, and I dunked
in the final seconds of the title game.
Here, look
in
at
overtime.
Right, you got to get on your computer and you look. I can see me dunking."
So we had a foul here, and both sides are going to empty their bench here momentarily as the five new guys will come in for Skutt Catholic. Number 42, Ryan Kudron. Number 5, Will Tababin. Number 22, Dalen Van Dyke. Number 14, Ben Teal. And then subbing in for the shooter here in a moment will be number 24, Luke Van Dyke.
Look, good job by Omaha Skutt coming out and taking over this game, all game long, withstanding the run by Bennington. Really good job by Bennington, never giving up. And you know what I like by them? They adjusted, went to a little bit of a different, smaller lineup, and got back into the game. Just didn't have enough offensively and too many fouls to offset the free throw shooting and the height of Omaha Skutt.
I don't think Jake Brack wanted to come out of the game because he missed that free throw, and so now he couldn't get subbed out on the last time for Skutt Catholic. But a 3-ball on the other end by Bennington and number 23, Gavin Hyatt. It's just going to be a substitution timeout here for both sides as Bennington will clear the bench as well. Number 20 for Bennington, Keegan Gillian will come back in. Number 33, Hudson Newverth. Number 25, Easton Lapel. Number 15, there is no number 15, so I apologize on that one. And number 35, Ben Jorgensen. So I wish we could call out the name for whoever's handling the ball right now, but there is no number 15. There is no.
Must have had a good year on either reserve or JV to get brought up for state.
Yeah, it's a 3-ball on the way. Good for Easton Lapel.
Back-to-back threes for Lapel.
Yeah, so now 9 seconds left to go. Skutt Catholic is going to move on.
Right here where the dude from we're doing a Kansas game, stole it and dunked it. You know what? I'm not mad at Jablonski or anybody. You get on the big stage like that. Look, you might not never get a chance to play out here again. If you get a chance to rock the rim, I'm all for it.
That is the final score, 56-40. Omaha Skutt beats Bennington here in the Class B quarterfinal matchup. They will advance and await the winner of the Elkhorn Antlers and the Crete Cardinals. That semifinal will go on just tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. And you'll be able to hear that one right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Jay, appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you later tonight.
7:45.
We got Scottsbluff in York.
Oh, man, you know what? I'm willing to bet they don't like each other.
Nah.
And I'm willing to bet those practices this week have been pretty intense. And I think when the draw came out, they would have liked nothing else to beat each other. So I'm just as excited I was last night.
Yep.
Southeast against Gretna, good physical game, two well-coached teams. Bennington and Skutt Catholic put on a good show. Skutt Catholic was obviously the better team, number 1 seed, held court. 7:45 tonight. It's going to be WWE. It might be a steel cage match. You know what, Nick? We might have to start doing push-ups or something.
Just in case we need to take over.
The energy is going to be like Royal Rumble, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, all your superheroes. This is what I can guarantee you, Nick. When they come out here to warm up, There's no shaking hands and no, hey, how you doing? Nah, I hate you. We about to go at it.
There it is.
On
so
the basketball court, baby.
Once again, the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks get the victory here at PBA against the Bennington Badgers. Bennington ends their season here, and Skutt with a record of 17-9. For the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman, I'm Nick Sainer. Josh Lill coming in to take over for the 3:15 game before I talk to you at 6 p.m. for more Class B quarterfinal. Elkhorn and Creek coming up in less than 25 minutes right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Did I forget something?
No, just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, don't forget to buckle up. Drive safe.
I will. Love you too.
Someone is counting on you to buckle up. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Spring is here. Time to make your backyard a vacation spot all year long. Above grounds as low as $27 per month. Stealth semi-in-ground pool starting at $99.99. Cash and carry hot tubs like Celtic and Pure Spa as low as $43 per month with approved credit. Luxury spas from Bullfrog, Wellness, and Stealth starting at $73.99. In-grounds from $39.99. Spring is here.
Supreme Spa and Pool.com.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Back inside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 48th and hour here in Lincoln. I'm Austin Orman. Just got done hearing Skutt Catholic wrap up a win over Bennington in the first of the Class B